training for the fight of their lives. Anti-Assad forces in Idlib, manning guns for the expected offensive and digging trenches for cover. Russia is back at it, bombing those it considers terrorists in Syria. With tens of thousands of rebel fighters there, it's the only major opposition enclave left. Civilians are preparing for the worst. Some leaving supplies in bomb shelters, others preparing their own makeshift gas masks. People are scared, he says. Everyone knows Russia and the Syrian president will hit us with chemical weapons. 3 million call this province home. Half wound up here by fleeing violence elsewhere in the country. Many now live in Idlib's sprawling refugee camps, a situation so precarious the UN Security Council called an emergency meeting.
We are all terribly concerned. They are all ingredients that exist for a perfect storm.
The real power brokers weren't in New York, but in Tehran. The presidents of Russia and Iran support the Assad regime, but their Turkish counterpart doesn't want more refugees pouring across the border, so he's demanding a ceasefire. Assad's biggest backer made no such promise. Vladimir Putin told terrorists to have enough common sense to stop their resistance. Assad's allies, Russia and Iran, may control the fate of millions, but they see no use in a compromise. Each seeks an endgame to suit his own interests.
The parties that are willing to dedicate muscle, force, to force a political outcome tend to come on the top. Russia can no longer be ignored as a global power.
Diplomatic debates don't matter much in Idlib now, where the future may only be counted in days. There's nowhere left to flee and little hope to go around. Thomas Daigle, CBC News, London.
As you heard Thomas mention, the possible use of chemical weapons, that remains a serious fear. The Assad regime is believed to have used them several times throughout the war, but has never admitted it. The newly appointed U.S. envoy for Syria says there is evidence that Syria is preparing to use chemical weapons in Idlib.